Okay, before the thing decides to mess up, we're gonna switch it again. If you missed what I said before, I said the same thing I always say on the show. Welcome to Community Live and New Realities with us from Rochester. We talked about Rochester a little bit, and I will post the beginning of that. I recorded that portion of the interview, so sorry about that. It's YouTube's fault. It wasn't me. It wasn't us at all. But we're back, and here we are. And in case they didn't hear me say it before, welcome to the show, guys. It's very nice to have you.
Thank you for having us.
It's good to be here.
It seems like it's working.
It's good to be here.
You said it out loud. You said it out loud.
Shh, everybody be quiet. Well, we can't be quiet because then what'd be the point, you know?
Fair enough.
Well, I do want to get, let's, since we did, I will post the beginning of the interview later so they don't have to watch the buffered version. I can't imagine. It's got to be awful. We'll just kind of continue. Does anybody remember what we were talking about? Something about penis pumps, I think it wasn't it?
Swedish made, always.
Mark had a. Did you ask the question? Didn't you have it? Oh, you asked him about the music.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, which one did you say we could play the whole thing of?
Disappear. Yeah,
and that one comes out next week?
Yep, it comes out June 6th. It'll be available streaming everywhere, and there's a music video that's going to be out with it. You can find probably on our YouTube and all of our socials and stuff. So
the music video will be dropping Friday night at 8 p.m. on the 5th, and then the song will drop at midnight the 6th.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
You guys want to listen to that now? Now that we're on here? Or do you want to wait a little?
You know what?
Let's give it like 10 minutes.
Okay, all right, let's do that.
Give it 10 minutes. We'll give some people, see if anyone shows up, and then we'll let them.
Did you guys know each other at all around town or anything when you were forming this? Or whose idea was this to get something like get the band going?
So the project had originally started. It was a different band called Habits Have Teeth.
Right.
I had joined later on in the band's life, and the guitarist and at the time lead vocalist Zach had only done vocals out of necessity. And he was like, we need to go ahead and find a new vocalist. And so at the time we started working with Julie, who we obviously now have met because of Julie. She had been working with Habits Have Teeth, and we kind of decided, like, let's just let that project. Well, sorry. We were looking for a vocalist. She helped us find a vocalist with Steven, which Steven knows the more in-depth story as to how he actually got into that project at the time. So Steven will take over because I don't remember.
Well, so basically, Zach had approached Julie and like decided to set up like a search for like a vocalist with criteria and what they were looking for in someone who was going to be doing vocals in the band. A friend of mine saw the link that someone was looking for a vocalist. It got referred to me, and I, after some apprehension and just general nervousness, I gave it a shot, and I was surprised to hear that they picked me for their vocalist position.
Well, did you get some horrible submissions when you were searching for a vocalist?
Luckily, no, there weren't any horrible submissions.
I'm thinking like American Idol style stuff happening.
Luckily, no. Like the music scene here in Western New York is pretty solid. There's a lot of very good vocalists. The hardest problem with finding any members for a new project is finding someone who's not already in 6 projects.
Right.
And
yeah.
So that was kind of like our main thing is too many people are in different projects. I mean, I'm personally in 2 projects currently. Say my other project, our drummer is in like 4 projects because spoiler alert, you can't find drummers anywhere except for New Reality.
We can't find a drummer.
Like New Reality, I don't understand. We'll get into that later for the drummer. So Habits Have Teeth. So we found Steven. Steven wasn't in any. You're in a cover band, but no original.
What kind of cover band?
We do like anything
Creed exclusively.
No, we do like rock and emo and metal covers, stuff that you would hear from like the 2000s and
No Creed.
Creed might be in the works one day. It might happen.
That's
I wouldn't do it. Don't do it. Scott Stapp's a dumb name anyway.
Our Lord and Savior, Scott Stapp.
Scott Stapp. He talks like this.
So
Scott Stapp infection.
So yeah, we'd found Steven to join the band, and at that point, like we were trying to write new music, and our drummer, Zach's dad, was kind of like in and out. He is older than us. He's kind of in that age of kind of retiring, and it was kind of in and out.
How
And
old? How old? He's already ready for retirement? My goodness.
yeah, I mean, he's like 50s. I'm pretty
That's
sure.
not.
He's later in life. He's in that. Listen, you do well enough. You could
If
retire.
you're a rock
whatever age
star, you
want.
don't ever get to retire.
Exactly. So
Look at Tommy Lee.
You know, we're
Yeah.
trying to figure out what we're gonna do with this project, and I kind of went up to Zach. Is like we had some material written. I was like, Zach, why don't we just let that project be its thing, and we'll start something new. Like, there's nothing wrong. Like, if he wants to jam, we'll go over to his place. We'll jam the old songs. That's fine. But like, let's get some traction. Let's do something new. Let's have some fun. And so that's kind of where New Reality came from. Steven was already in that prior project, and so the four of us just kind of split off, wrote all new music. We've got a ton of stuff coming down the pipeline, and it's just the only thing that we need to do is find a drummer.
How was the name thought of? I always like this conversation.
I literally have no idea. I'm pretty sure Zach just kind of came up with it.
Nope.
We all-
Actually, I'm pretty sure that one was Evan.
Was it Evan?
I'm almost
Who are we
positive
blaming it
it
on?
was Evan.
It's Evan's band.
Yeah,
It is Evan. It's Evan's band now, yeah.
Yeah, Evan is our other guitar player, and yeah, no, I'm pretty sure he came up with the name. We were just spitballing names, and like it was literally just a barrage of.
So you know what
names
my next question is? What are some of the crappy names that somebody came up with that they were really serious about, and you're like, hell no.
I tried for Scott Stapp and the Creeds, and no one went for it. So.
Not Scott Stapp infection.
There were a couple. I mean, there were a couple that got tossed out. New Reality was like really early on. Like I think Evan just like one and done, came out of the blue with it, and we were like, yeah, that's kind of sick.
It's an interesting concept. There's words together like that. Yeah.
And the helpful thing is, if you search for New Reality, there's no one else that has it.
Right. Yeah. And that's Mark was on the show with me when we from his label City Records. The band is called I, lowercase I, just I.
Interesting.
Yeah. Try searching for anything. They have music out. Their music's great, but trying to do the stories for the announcement of that show was impossible. I had to make a video because I could not find. If you just put I in the Instagram,
how many accounts are you following that has just the letter I? All of them.
Crazy, like. But you know, that's their name. But yeah,
it is what it is.
Yeah, that's a big thing too. You know, when you're trying to come up with a name for a band, you have to search. You have to do a Google search, and if something comes up, even if the band's not even together anymore, because that's the first thing that's going to come up until you start, you know, getting known, I guess.
We left off in a weird spot in that story where Cory said we had to find a drummer. We did find a drummer. We went through the same process.
Craigslist, right?
But before we found a drummer. Before we found a drummer, we had finished our first single, and we were like, we need to film a music video. And so we did that. And at the time, we didn't have a drummer. So we had a buddy of ours who's in another band locally here, fill in for the entire music video, paid for it, had it edited. And then we searched for the drummer and found one almost immediately. It was incredibly frustrating.
So who did the drum parts in the video, or did you not have the instrument parts?
So yeah, it's like a live shoot. It's our buddy Alex. He's in a local band here called Misery Falls. They're super dope. Check them out. Absolutely, they'll have a new single and music.
Love to have them on.
Love to have them. Highly recommend. They're super good.
There's a band that I had on. It's actually I dubbed him my cousin-in-law because it's my cousin's husband. He's in a band down in South Carolina or in North Carolina called Internal Shadow. And they still don't have a drummer, but they have like a buddy that when they play live, because they go out and play live and stuff. But for their music video, they didn't, obviously have a drummer, and they were all playing their guitars and they were shredding and stuff. And like there was a guy playing drums, and I was like, who is that guy? It's a buddy of theirs that doesn't even play drums. And knowing that now, when I watch it, it's evident. Like you can see that he has no clue. Like he's playing the same thing.
His arms moving.
The same thing throughout the entire video. It's hilarious.
There's arms moving, but something's not
I mean,
adding
yeah,
up.
you can tell he's not a drummer at all. Like it's not.
He's
a
just
drum
hitting
group.
them with the 4 on the floor. 4
Yeah.
on the
Well,
floor.
he was like, I need you to do me a favor. Like the lead singer was like, I need you to do me a favor. It was one of his buddies. He's like, I need you to help us out and just be the drummer in the video. He was the drummer, but he's not the,
Yeah.
he wasn't being the drummer. They could have taught him a little bit of movements. Like this is what to do.
This is fine. No one's paying attention.
But yeah, like I didn't notice it at first until he told me on the show, and I was like, then I went back and watched it, and I was like, wow, okay, yeah, it's like
So
what do they call it?
luckily,
Like an Easter egg or something.
Yeah, so luckily a buddy of ours who filled in, like he's a super talented drummer. Like we gave him the track, he learned it down. So it looks great. It's just it's not our drummer. So
We found him like not even like a month after we filmed the video too. It was like one of those things where it's like, man, we spent time, money, and we did all this stuff to have this video ready. And
yeah.
it was it's unfortunate. So like that our first single, our drummer Chris isn't in. But when we found him, he's since recorded live drums for all upcoming music, and it sounds so far really sick. So
You want to shout out the studio that you guys use at all?
so Chris, so we do mostly everything at our own houses. Chris
Everybody's-
recorded drums. I need to look this up so that I don't screw it up because I
Thank
don't want to
goodness,
shout out
because
the wrong.
I don't know the name.
I'm pretty sure
Cory's
it's
band, he doesn't need to know.
I'm pretty sure it's Tones Studios.
Okay.
It is, yes, Tones, Tones Studios
Nice.
in Rochester. Chris went there. He said he had a blast. He said the guy Brian who tracked him was awesome.
Zach
But
said it in the
otherwise-
chat too. He said Tone Studios. Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, Zach, Cory, and myself, I believe we all track it. Cory, you track at home, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Which
we all
now
do it,
that we have drums, I can start doing. I'm stoked.
So yeah, Zach is the main guy. He does all of our engineering. He writes a lot of the songs. And then I do some of the songwriting myself. I do all my lyrics and melodies from right here in this chair, and just
It's amazing that how many people can do that at home now. Like, I grew up in the '80s, so like, we didn't even have like freaking CD players, but like,
So old.
I'm so ancient.
oh wow, thanks, Cory. It looks like we're not going to be on anybody else's podcast, just insulting
Just
our
mine.
host.
Just mine. You're good on mine. Yeah, you're fine. Right in. But yeah, it's amazing. I mean, I've heard music like on Instagram or on Apple Music and stuff that's really good, and then when I go to look them up, it's two dudes just that are just like good friends, and they're making music, but it's badass. And the drums are digital. They're adding all this stuff in it, but it's so good, and it's amazing that how many artists, and you can call them artists because they are, they're putting all this stuff together and creating. I don't want to say magic because that's stupid, but like they're creating, they're being creative, and they're actually putting it out there for us to hear it, and it's really good shit,
It's crazy how far we've come as far as like this whole home recording stuff. It's wild that like back, if you wanted music out there, you needed to find people to write music with. You needed
and
to
go to a
find
studio to record it,
and you needed to spend a lot of money to do it. Now, we're incredibly fortunate that Zach is as talented as he is with recording and mastering and getting stuff to sound as good as it does. And
even if you want to go to a studio, you can still do half of this stuff at home.
Right. Yeah.
Save a crap ton of money, or just send it out to get mastered, or
you can pick and choose the bits that you want to have someone else take a look at, but like the majority of it, you can get a really solid sounding mix.
Yeah.
With
it's not
just $200.
See, Chris is also in the chat, and he also says Tone Studios. So everybody says Tone Studios. So if you're in the greater Rochester area, look them up. Go there and record. What do you think? We got seven views, and it looks like 5 live. Are we ready to go with the song, or do you want to wait a little bit longer? It's up to you guys. It's your band.
Not my band. This is Steven's band.
You know what? I think it'd be a good segue, for talking. I mean, you guys said you haven't heard the song yet.
Or we could just play a little snippet of the other one. instead.
The other,
and then we could
the
wait a
other
little
one's-
bit longer and play all of the other ones.
So the other one is a little bit farther out for release. It's not quite ready yet.
Okay. Even though my file says final on it.
It's not final yet.
It's deceivingly final, apparently.
Actually, no, Disappear is the only one that's final.
Yeah, I would say that one is. I would say
New Age.
New
Says
Age.
New Age. So yeah.
Yep, it is still in. I would call it our demo stages.
You want to play a little snippet of that, and we'll make them wait on Disappear a little bit longer. What do you think?
I was
It's
gonna
up to
say.
you guys.
I think that
Or you want
New
to
Age is-
omit that altogether?
Yeah, New Age is probably off limits for right now.
Okay. Well, Julie sent it to me, so yell at her.
I
haven't
think she
listened
wanted
to
to
it yet,
give
but
you
I-
guys
Zach
the
says
idea.
full send. So if Zach says full send, we can do 30 seconds of New Age, and then
Yeah, you know what? Fine. That's fine.
You guys have a certain part of New Age for me to queue up, other than just the beginning 30 seconds. If you
That's
want
a
to,
great question.
Mark, you're allowed to talk. You know, you can say something if you'd like.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear.
I don't want you to feel left out.
I'm pretty
Let me
excited
find
to
a
hear
timestamp.
something to give us something, to continue on talking about.
Yeah, let's find a timestamp. Corey,
Mark's
what do you
really
think?
really active in the offstage segment that we'll do here in a little while.
You think post chorus into second verse kind of thing?
You have to give me times because that's what
I
I'm
will
working here.
do my best here.
I was waiting for it to load up.
Load. Let's see if I can even do that. I should be able to. Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can start it basically just at the whatever time you want me to start it at, and then just look at me and go stop.
I think we could try about 133.
I was gonna say, 133 right through to.
I think I can put. Yeah, I can put a stop point too. Oops. 133. Okay, I got that. Now I can put a stop in there also. I didn't think I could, but I can.
Through 240, 239 through the chorus.
Is that where we're at? 239.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah,
We can give people a look at what's
Zach
coming.
says
If you're
full
here.
send, so this is his fault.
Yeah, if you're hearing in the know, this is what you get.
Yep.
Zach says disappear first. He wants to hear all of disappear first.
Well, Zach's gonna have to wait.
Zach's not here, so he can.
It's not Zach's band, so
Yeah, fuck Zach. This is our band.
and he didn't come on the show, so
Steven and I are 50-50 partners.
he gets say when he's actually on the show. So next time you guys come on the show, you guys can take a break and laugh.
So
in the
it's
back.
not. So as not to confuse anyone that is listening, this song is even scheduled. Like no one is. It's not been announced yet. It's just an up and coming one that you're gonna hear after Disappear drops. When I can't say, but
You
this
can
is
tell
a
me
little
either,
bit
right?
of-
You can tell me. I'm the media.
Maybe, yeah, maybe
Later.
afterwards. But this is a little bit of a heavier side for us.
Gotcha. Anything
Nice.
else you want to say about it? Nothing? We good?
I think it'll speak for itself.
All right, here's New Age by New Reality. Yeah, yeah. That's the one I used in. That's the one I used in the story.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Yeah, yeah. You can tell that one's a little. It's not ready because it's a raw recording.
Mhm.
It needs things, needs levels and things. But
Have you
yeah,
heard? You
that's
hear
good.
the voice of this
That sounded
angel
good to
we've
me.
got?
Steven, you're not being honest about your singing abilities because that's very good singing, vocaling.
Thank you. I
Vocaling.
appreciate
I'm gonna call it
it.
vocaling from now on.
I do my best. Try really hard.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that. It means a lot. Thank you. Seriously.
New Reality has a great vocalist. I'm gonna tell everybody that. Here's New Reality. It's a band you need to check out. They're really good. You know.
Thank you so much.
The views just went skyrocketed. You know, I mean, they're huge.
To say we're incredibly lucky to have found Steven to bring him in the band.
Cory, what do you play in the band? I never even asked you that.
I'm the bass player.
Okay. Did people give you crap? Like people? A lot of people give the bass player and the drummer crap for some reason. Did they give you crap or anything?
No, never.
Good. They do tell me, and I'll help you out with that.
All the time.
Flawless. Cory,
I got some fantastic questions for you in the offstage segment that you can ask them.
Perfect.
So does Mark. Mark has great questions.
Yeah, just the bass player in this project. It's really nice to that's it. It's nice that I can just rip and do whatever I want, and the sound guy's going to have me muted in the end, so who cares?
Have you guys had a chance to sit down and actually talk about the future of the band? I know it's early on, you know, you're new, you know, but has anybody said, you know, this is what we want to do, you know, this is what I want to make a career out of? Has there been any talks of that to where everybody's on the same page, or is it still kind of put that aside first?
We've had some pretty extensive talks about it, and it evolved. It first started with us being a group of guys who, you know, I don't want to say older, but we're all mostly in our 30s, and like we have lives and jobs and stuff, and we just wanted to make music as an outlet and to have fun, and you know, and we talked, and then it was like, well, maybe we'll play shows if the show offer is really tempting and it's really good. And then the music happened, and all of a sudden we had to have a different conversation of like, okay, we all really believe in this music, we all feel very strongly about it. We think it has limitless potential, and we're willing to take it as far as we can, and we all want to take it as far as we can at this point. But it's always about the music. It's not an ego thing. We've said several times in this band, there's no egos, there's no, you know, this is about me or anything. It's just about the music and how far we can take it.
Yeah, that's like the perfect answer, you know, like. Yeah. But I mean, that's true. I mean, I guess, you know, you have to be. Everybody's got to be on the same page, or it's not going to. It'll work, but like if somebody doesn't have those aspirations, they're not going to work as hard as everybody else, you know. And
right.
I don't think it would collapse, but it might, you know.
I was going to say, doesn't that provide y'all like a sense of like a purpose or motivation, you know, to continuously do better, and like, you know, because it is about the music, so you want that to be the best product it can be, and then naturally it keeps you engaged and not, you know, to the point where you kind of get lazy about things or whatever.
Yeah, I think you nailed it. Like everyone in the band is very excited every time we write new music, or every time someone puts up like, hey, we added this to the song, or everyone's always excited, and I'm glad that it's like that, and it looks like it's going to stay that way.
Cool. That's really cool.
It was a very important thing for all of us. Pretty much as soon as the project started, it was like we all need to be on the same page, because finding out that we're not on the same page later is just not going to work. So,
yeah, that's important. Yeah, good question, Mark. Good question, Mark. I love you, Mark. I love you, Mark.
More like Silent Bob tonight.
You're just taking it all in for the end of the show, because usually you're like a freaking firecracker. Speaking of firecrackers, what are you guys doing for the 4th? I don't know. I'm just. Do you guys put off your own fireworks, or do you go watch the professionals do it?
Let's say fireworks, at least in New York, have been illegal for so long.
Really?
Like, you can finally
so lackluster.
Yeah, you can finally like buy fireworks, but they're like sparklers and like the crap that no one actually wants.
West Virginia had that. West Virginia had that for years. It was just the fountains or whatever.
Yeah, that's pretty much what you can get here.
And they finally grew some balls, and now we get the mortars and stuff. You know,
Say,
like it's crazy, and it's nobody I know has blown anything off of like their extremities, but I've come very close myself.
say, there's always a chance.
I actually do have a really not messed up, just like a dangerous fireworks story.
hear
Even
it.
with the
Yeah.
stupid little ones that we got. I remember when I was younger, we had a house party for the 4th of July. My whole family came, and one of our family members decided that after copious amounts of alcohol, it was a really good idea
Amen.
to light off one of those little boxes that's got like
Oh yeah,
like
yeah.
20 of them in it. They're just little ones.
You never know when it's going to end, basically.
Right. Well, so he lit it and went to go, get away from it, and he kicked it over by mistake.
That's
So they're just going off all over the deck.
oh, but it was
towards the
beautiful.
house.
It was beautiful though.
Oh, it was lovely, and we almost burned the house down. But you know what? Everyone survived. Nobody lost any appendages. We're all good.
I have a very similar story. Only this one involved mortars. Okay.
Ooh.
So, ever since they, I guess, legalized the ones that go boom and they go way up, ever since they legalized that, it's like Gettysburg around here on 4th of July. It's crazy. Like everybody's pet is just gone. You're not going to see your pet for days. Everybody in this neighborhood is in other neighborhoods. You can hear it over the hill. It's crazy. Well, I bought some. And I suppose I had friends coming over, but nobody ever showed up. So, I was like, I'm one of those people, I just can't wait. I'm going to do it anyway. So I got a fire pit out back. So I got my fire pit going, and I was like, nobody's here and it's dark. Everybody else is starting. So you know what? Time for the display. So I got my little area set up. Now you can't just use the tubes that they send you or that they put in the box with the stuff. I mean, yes, use that tube, but you got to weight it down on the sides heavily because that's a lot of power coming out of that thing. I mean, it's not just a little firecracker.
Those things tip over. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, and that's kind of where the story's going.
You mean explosives are dangerous?
A little bit. Just depends on how what you're trying to explode. But so like, I'm trying to get the thing to, there's a house right there. Like if I got up, I could touch it out the window. It's right. There's nothing on this side, and kind of equal distance on the back, in the front. But like right here, there's a house. So I'm in this right directly behind my house here, and I got the tube all set up, and I got a nice platform. And I put like a couple of rocks around it, but like not anything heavy, like that I should have. So I had a canister. Canisters are similar to mortars, only mortars are like round. Canisters are like cans. So I stuck that son of a bitch down there, and my dumbass tries to film it at the same time. So that was, I have my phone in my hand, right? The lighter in my hand, and basically my plan was to just backpedal, because you got to light it and get away, right? That freaking wick, it's like dynamite. Well, basically, when I was back, I had it lit, it's ready to go. I backpedal, I fall, of course, because I'm a dumb, So, and keep in mind, there's nobody watching. It's just me. There's nobody here. So,
if I die, no one is here to
the
help.
neighbors weren't even outside. Like I should have at least invited them outside to watch, but no, they weren't. They were probably watching through the window.
Well,
Look at this dumbass, Watch this dumbass. He's gonna be stupid. So. I fell down, and then I got up immediately because I wanted to get the shot more than anything. I wanted to get the, So the tube fell over before the canister went up. And guess which way it aimed? Not really towards me, more towards the neighbor's house. Like,
Even better.
So that son of a, I went behind I have an air conditioner right here. I went behind the air conditioner room. I'm like hiding, cowering with the camera up, trying to still get the shot. Like it was going to go up in the air still, but I'm adrenaline and everything. That thing fires directly at the neighbor's window. And thankfully it hit right underneath of it, but it went off like bam. Like, I'm talking like Disney World explosion.
Those are big explosions.
And it was so loud. Like, I don't know how they didn't even come outside after that. I went inside.
They're still getting up off the floor from the.
I came around the front of the house and went inside.
Have you
And
seen
Jeff-
them since? Are they
Oh,
Oh
dead?
yeah. We're good buddies.
They were
We're buddies.
concussed.
I can see the video title now. POV: I blow up my neighbor's house.
But I went over there. I don't even think I went back outside that night. I mean, nobody ever. My friends are retards.
I'm so sorry.
So like, I didn't even go back outside. Like the fire's going in the fire pit, and I didn't go back out because I just didn't want to be, I mean, they were going to shoot me. They're like 80, so like they're not going to. They got to catch me first. So, but I went over there the next day during the day. I had to clean up the yard for one thing. But I went over and kind of like I'm like Ramboing over to their house, so I'm not seen, behind bushes and things, just to check their siding, to make sure nothing. There's, I might have paid for it, but there was no damage. It was just like a big white mark, like.
Just
But the
give it a
siding's
little
white.
elbow grease and it's
Siding's
fine.
white, so I didn't do anything. They didn't say a
It'll
word,
buff
and
right out.
we're good. And then I'm pretty sure they don't watch this show, so
It's fine.
sorry. That was like 5 years ago. But yeah, I'm that guy. I've got to let off fireworks. They're expensive, but yes.
It's worth it.
But there's a band that I know in Pittsburgh that 2 or 3 of the guys are like certified fireworks guys. Like they can professionally do, like they're licensed to do it.
It's almost
I
like
don't
there's
need-
a
I don't
reason
need them.
why people get licenses for this. I don't know.
Well, probably for safety reasons. They take like a safety course and stupid shit like that.
Fuck them, whatever. think they're better than us.
What do you guys think?
Nerds.
Okay, let's play Disappear. I think we've made them wait long enough. What do you think?
I think it's
I'm
time.
for it.
Let's do that, and then we'll do the offstage segment. You're gonna love it. It's a lot of fun. What can you tell us about Disappear that we should know?
So Disappear is our first song that we're releasing. It comes out June 6th. It's available everywhere. There's going to be a music video accompanying it. Cory, you said that was what, 8 o'clock the 5th?
8 p.m. on the 5th, that'll be dropping. And we're going to be we're going to be doing like a premiere on YouTube. So if you go to our YouTube channel, you can watch it along with us.
And this is our very first debut to the world. So we hope you all like it.
This is the one I haven't heard.
Hopefully it's a good showing.
It's new for me.
I'm excited to see what you think of it.
Yeah, very curious to hear some
My
feedback.
reactions are strange, so it sometimes it looks like I'm ducking because there's a firework coming at me. So sometimes, no. Okay. This is kind of the world premiere, but it's not out. It's not coming out anytime soon until next week. So don't hit me up. I'm not going to send you the damn file. So don't even ask. I don't do that. Anyway, Disappear by New Reality.
Will anyone care?
Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna draw some attention for sure.
Thank you.
I always like to give
Thank
the review to Mark. He loves to do it.
Let us have it marked.
Yeah, be brutal,
really
be
enjoyed
brutal.
it. I mean, it was nice and heavy, but also like pretty melodic. So it kind of had I mean, it did not sound like them at all, but like, I don't know if thinking back from when I was a teenager, like Smashing Pumpkins, how they were managed to have that wall of sound with the guitars, but yet kind of have that like soft over. It's almost like it's like metal and pastel almost, which is a compliment.
Right.
I mean, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, that breakdown, I'd have to go back and listen to it again because it's just so new. But that breakdown, and then you're just like, I know it's coming back. I know it's coming. What is it? What is it? And then bam, and it's like, yeah, there it is. And are you doing all the vocals, Steven? Is there anybody else doing this with you?
So on the record, just for the sake of continuity, I'm doing all of the vocals live. I'll have some backup from all the rest of the guys who will do some screams and maybe some supporting the harmonies. But yep, it's all me on the record.
That's
Some
badass.
hype man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
talented
it's-
as fuck.
Yeah, that's I don't know why you were holding that back for however long it was, but that's good shit, man. Like I don't want to take away from the rest of the band either, but that's like I'm just saying this because you were saying about your vocals and not sure if you wanted to be a vocalist and think why like that's my big like what did you know that you had this ability?
I can tell you exactly why. So like I am a bit of a perfectionist. Like I've always been this way. Like everything that I do, I want to be as good as I possibly can at. And I always phrase it like that because like you can't ever be the best ever. You always have to keep getting better. You'll never
And you're
be
your worst critic too,
right. And that's exactly what I was gonna say. I am my own worst enemy with things like that. So it is a hindrance and a blessing sometimes because I'm always pushing myself, but I'm also always doubting myself. So I have gotten better about it, at first when I started singing, I hated the sound of my own voice. I always tried to copy every other singer and what they were doing. And
It is tough.
now I have started to accept it. And
thank God. The coolest thing I think about Steven's voice is like
yeah.
right now in the Western New York scene, like where we're mainly based out of, like Steven's voice is unique. Like he doesn't sound like any other band that's happening right now in our local scene.
And plus, you have dynamic with it too. You have a certain, you have the metalcore kind or version, and then you have like I don't want to say emo. I don't like emo, and I don't like the name emo, but you have that in there with it, and you can the ability to do both is tough. And I've seen vocalists do it live, friends of mine and things. I've seen people do that, and it's always amazing to me that the ability to go from a screaming hardcore scream to just a regular singing voice, and it's nuts that's just so much. I don't know whether it's practice. It's probably it's more talent than anything. I mean, you can't. I don't think you can practice that if you don't know what you're doing. Like I don't know what I'm doing when I'm screaming. But thankfully, we just got a guitar player and he can scream, so like that'll take care of that edge. I need to do that, but
I really appreciate that. Yeah, that's one thing that we talked about, and just some more information for everyone listening. We've been working on a record, and the songs on it, no two songs will sound exactly the same. They're all gonna sound like New Reality, but we don't put ourselves in a box. We've got a song that's gonna be almost entirely screaming. We've got a song that's an old school like pop punk kind of banger.
Yeah.
I like to be able to be diverse. Like I don't want to fall into a box. I like to have the diversity in my voice, and on the record everyone will hear I throw my voice all over the place.
Yeah. It's kind of like testing the waters, I guess. It's being a first record and things,
Right. Yeah. Especially being a first album. Like we don't want to be one thing. Like I think that's the cool thing about all of us. Like we have similar tastes in music, but we certainly have a lot of different tastes of music. There's certainly music that Zach will just start busting out guitar and I'm like, this is stupid. Like, I hate this song. Like, he'll just start playing like Korn. Like, I didn't grow up on Korn. That just wasn't my thing. I grew up on Blink-182, Sum 41. Like, I grew up on that side. And so, like, they'll bust out some of that Godsmack under Korn and whatever.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's just not my thing. But I think that all has blended into an amazing just amalgamation of just sound that we've been able to create together.
Yeah. And there, I would say we could go through influences, but I would have to hear from the other guys too. So maybe next time you guys are on, we've got to go through where your influences are. Hopefully we'll do it soon.
For sure. I think Cory.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say I know exactly what song Cory is kind of talking about because I had the same initial reaction. I grew up, I listened to a variety of music growing up, but like Korn was never like my favorite thing. And Zach sends us a song one day, and it sounds very Korn influenced.
The first project, Habits Have Teeth, was especially with his dad, was very
his dad.
And I just I don't know. I was listening to it. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this. And I already told Zach no a couple times for songs he sent, and I'm like, you know what? Let me see what I can do to this song. And it kind of opened my mind to an approach where, like, if I don't like this song, can I write the song to make me like it, and then make general people, like anyone who's listening, like the song? And I think I was able to do that on this song. It's also one of the heaviest songs on the record.
Nice. Uh-oh, he's frozen.
And I think
that was a good stop, though. Your internet was kind of wacky.
Yeah, it was everybody, yeah.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. All right, if you don't mind, let's go ahead and dive into Offstage. I don't want to lose track of time. I've kept you guys enough tonight, I think. But great conversations, regardless. And thanks for sticking with me through YouTube's crap. I apologize on their behalf.
That's a lot of fun.
And thanks for continuing to watch. After we had anyway, you know what I'm talking about. Let's do the Offstage segment. This is fun because you can relax a little bit. But a lot of these are would you rather questions. There's no right answers, but you do have to pick one of them.
Okay.
All right.
So we'll start with a couple easy ones. Then I'm going to go to Mark because he's got a really good one. All right. Would you rather have the ability to read minds or the ability to become invisible? I didn't say there was going to be easy, but some of them are easy.
I think I would pick invisible because honestly, this is like a villain answer right here. I would be able to get away with doing anything that, like, I guess you'd have the freedom to do whatever you wanted. Like, I don't mean that I would do villain shit. Like, I would just. Well, no, definitely not ladies' locker room.
As long as there's not some like horrible caveat, like you're invisible, but every footstep is 1,000% louder.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, I think I would pick invisible because, like, you would think about it, like, just from like, this would be wrong, but like, I would do it. Like, how many concerts you could just walk into? Like, I would never pay for concert tickets again. Like,
right to the front. Yep. Right to the VIP section. What are you talking about? You can't see me.
I've been here the whole time.
Yeah.
Is this one of those like you're invisible but like you're naked, or like if you put on clothes you're no longer invisible?
It's whatever you dream it to be.
Like here's what like I'm gonna steal a bunch of shit.
Keep in mind, there's a bunch of your questions coming up too, so
that would be a whole that would give a whole new meaning to rock out with your cock out, going to a concert naked.
Oh yeah,
all invisible.
In Millionaire, you'd be like that. Was it the naked cowboy that was in the middle of New York City? That guy.
Yeah. Whatever that is, I don't understand it.
What do you got, Cory? Which one do you like better?
I don't know. I feel like reading minds would lead to so many less frustrations in life, like, but also. I feel like it would have to be something that you're able to turn off. Because if you're looking at someone and you're just hearing it, like there are certainly things that you just don't want to know that someone is thinking about you.
Ways, yeah.
So I feel like as long as I can shut it off, like I want that one.
I guess a good example would be like your other bandmates. Would you want to hear when you're talking to them about something you think is really cool? Do you really want to know what they're thinking in their head?
They can't hear the bass anyways.
I can tell them, fuck you, this guy's an idiot.
That's funny.
Say our in-ear system all has individual mixes. They've got me shut off. It's fine.
All right, here's one that I don't ask very often, but it's good. Would you rather have the ability to instantly write a perfect song, but never be able to perform it live? Or have to struggle with songwriting, but always give electrifying live performances?
Struggle, 100%. I will struggle all day.
Yep.
There's nothing like playing a show live, and there's no feeling like it. And I would much rather have an incredible live experience and struggle getting there than to write the perfect song. And I don't.
Because you probably wouldn't even get to the live version if you struggled that much with writing whatever. Because how would you write a set if you struggle? You know.
That's why we got 5 guys.
People came to watch you struggle.
That's right.
They just show up. They're like, this guy sucks.
Everybody, come watch this. It's horrible.
Yeah. Is it just me that's struggling, or is the whole band struggling? Everyone else is killing it, and I'm just shit.
What if your band name was "It's Horrible" or just "Horrible"? Be like, hey, everybody, we're horrible. You know, like
we are. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Go home.
Yeah. I think I agree with Cory though. There's just something there. I mean, there's nothing like performing live, and I mean, I'm sure a lot of other musicians feel the same way. But for me, like stepping on stage is like you get to become a whole different person for that set amount of time. Like you are captivating an audience, and everyone's kind of sharing a moment. And it's I don't know, man. There's something super special about performing live that I could never give up.
All right, I got one other decent question here, and then we're going to go straight to Mark. So get ready, Mark, with your question. All right. So, oh, nice. But you got 2 then, or more?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay. Would you rather be known for one incredibly influential album that no one understands in its time, or have a string of moderately successful but forgettable hits? That's a tough one, I think.
That is a tough one.
That came from the AI, straight from the AI, so I'll bitch at him later for you.
It's learning. It's trying to figure out our patterns. How could you do this to us?
Sorry.
I think I'd rather have the string of mediocre hits, because I think that
but they're forgettable.
Well, they might be forgettable, but the residuals
in the moment.
Yeah, just
in the moment,
right then.
Good.
Yeah. You're making a crap ton of money now, like Creed.
Yeah, the one successful album feels like you might get a whole lot of money up front, and that's it for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, look at Kate Bush. She wrote "Running Up That Hill" in
Where's Bush's daughter?
1980 something, and she held all the rights to that song.
1985, is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah, she held all the rights to that song, and look at. Fast forward to Stranger Things, and when they put that in their show, she made like $8 million.
Yeah,
from just that. Like that's insane.
Yeah. So what are we going with?
I think I would pick the one timeless thing.
Yeah,
because I still have songs that I would listen to. Like everyone's got that song, like that album you heard for the first time when you were in high school, and you still listen to this
freaking
day.
Slipknot album. Yeah, that one album before Iowa, I think is. Yeah, the self-titled one.
Pink Floyd.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great example of the question, I guess, is Pink Floyd.
Mm-hmm. The Beatles, like everyone.
I'm not a Pink Floyd fan.
Well, you got to be in a.
I'm not a fan either, but you can't deny the influence that like they've had on music. Like, look at the Beatles. Everyone knows like what Abbey Road looks like. Someone will describe a Beatles album.
There was a question on here that was Would you rather be able to time travel to any musical event in history, but only as a silent observer, or be able to change one small thing about a musical event, but risk altering the timeline? That's kind of on the
musical event, like Ringo Starr getting shot.
Sure.
All right, done. Deal.
Yeah, I mean, it could be. I guess it could be any. That's one of those. Well, I guess they're all open-ended questions. It could be anything that you think it would be. Kind of like the ones that are coming up, which you'll see here in a second.
Shit. This one's going to be kind of taboo, but I'm still going to go for it. I would go back to administer care to James Sullivan before he overdosed on purpose, so that Avenged Sevenfold kept their original drummer.
What about Kurt Cobain? People hate Kurt Cobain anymore. I mean, he's not
I'm
even
just not a Nirvana fan. I don't know.
I don't think
I am
Save
not
somebody.
a
You
fan
might
of
as
a
well save
lot.
them all. You know.
No, fuck them.
You did it to yourself. I told you. Yeah.
We all
All
know
right, Mark.
Courtney Love did it. So really, you just want Courtney Love to not have a shotgun. That's
I want her to love me again. You know?
that wasn't suicide. Come on, we all know that.
No, I
Kinda
think
like JFK. What's his name? Didn't shoot him. You know. No, never mind.
There was no gunman on the hill.
No.
Tupac
Well, the
was
gunman
on
was
the
on.
island with Elvis.
What is it?
I said Tupac lives on an island with
Yeah.
Elvis.
And the others also. JFK's there.
Betty White.
Biggie's also there. Biggie
Oh
Tupac.
shit, this is
They're-
happening.
They're making mad albums.
they're all just dropping. Yeah, so they're all just dropping the hottest albums to themselves.
Yes. Oh, they'll
Yeah.
show up eventually. They'll show up eventually.
You say the Rev definitely was a massive loss. I can't imagine where A7X would be, like especially
Right.
with the self-titled album was
It-
arguably
this-
their best album ever.
not even arguably, it is hands down their best album, and like it is, to me, it is in my top 5 albums of all time because of like everything that it embodies. It is one of those things like I aspire to do. Every song on it sounds the same, but still decidedly Avenged Sevenfold, or not the same. Sorry, every song sounds different, and still sounds like Avenged Sevenfold, and it's just an absolute masterwork. of an
Since you
album.
brought up top 5, real quick, instead of top 5, we'll do top 2. You and Corey both we'll go with artists of all time, not albums, because that's
Okay.
but top 2, not, and it doesn't have to be an influence, just top 2 of all time in your opinion individually. And Mark also can answer this if you want to.
I'm gonna make Steven go first.
And then Mark's gonna have
Okay.
Mark's questions. Mark's
Escape the Fate for me. They were
Ronnie
like,
Radke, right?
both. I love Craig
All right,
Mabbitt
all
too,
right.
and I also love Ronnie. I love both of their voices. Like, don't make me choose because I can't. And then Bless the Fall, which weirdly enough had a vocalist from Escape the Fate, but Bless the Fall is another one of those bands that like shaped me musically as a person.
yeah, great band. What do you got, Corey?
I'm gonna go my first influence of my favorite band of all time, MXPX.
Oh, nice.
The favorite punk band of all time. Their bassist Mike Herrera has been my main influence forever. And second band, oh my god, I'm gonna go Blink. Like I hate to choose another massive band, but like there's too many. Like Census Fail, Silverstein. Like there's too many
God, they're all
really
so
good
Yeah,
bands.
they're
but-
both great.
Like Blink has always been there. Like they're just so fucking good, and they're timeless.
Yeah.
Going all the way back to they came to conquer Uranus to
Yeah, that was-
everything. Like Blink is timeless. So MXPX and Blink, I'm going with my top 2.
You want to answer this, Mark?
Yeah, it's probably Smashing Pumpkins and Bad Religion.
Hell yeah.
Wow, the ego boost that I just got from him comparing us to Smashing Pumpkins. You're like,
Hell
like,
yeah.
wow.
You want me to answer this?
Yeah,
No.
let's hear it.
Yeah, well, you guys later. Perfect Circle.
Oh, hell yeah.
Would be the shirt I have on tonight. Also, I have several. And you're right. This is tough when it's brought upon myself.
This is what you get.
New Reality.
Oh yeah.
From 2 songs.
We didn't even pick our own band. God, this was a setup from the
Losers.
start.
Losers.
Blew
Let's
it.
see. Green Day.
All right.
Okay, I see that.
Green Day is one of those
Older
bands.
Green Day, like Dookie area.
I was gonna say Green Day after Dookie, I stopped
Or-
listening. I can't.
Or Radiohead. I mean, yeah, I can do the same thing. Like or Radiohead, or
Yeah.
there's many. But yeah, all time,
Wow.
Perfect Circle, all time. Yes, not Tool, Perfect Circle. There's a difference, right? All right, Mark, give them the shit.
All right. Well,
Or you don't
first
have to.
I need to know, would you rather wipe your ass with coarse sandpaper or rub your lips on a cheese grater?
Oh yes. Both
Lips on
sound
a
awesome.
cheese grater all day. I feel like I worked at Walmart for 5 years,
Oh,
and
yeah.
their toilet paper was sandpaper.
Corporate toilet
And
paper, yes.
for getting paid to shit first thing in the morning from 7 to 8 because you don't want to do any work, like I splurge on the nice toilet paper. I will never go back. I will grate the shit out of
Oh,
my
for
lip.
sure.
It's impossible. Yeah, you can't get back.
I think I'm gonna pick the cheese grater though, because like, or no, sorry, I'm
Amen.
gonna pick the toilet. No, the toilet.
No!
paper, because, like,
Really? You're out of the band.
Could
You're out of the band.
bro, could you imagine like your lips on a fucking cheese? That sounds
Yes.
awful.
Yes, I can. For some reason.
All right,
I'll
enjoy.
take the.
Are we picking the? Are we picking the coarse grit for? We're talking like 60 grit.
Listen,
Yeah,
I'll go gentle. I'll go real smooth.
Dude, there's no smooth
Yeah,
about it.
it's sandpaper for metal, not for
Yeah.
not the
Oh,
cop
well,
for your skin.
We're not doing 400 final sanding. We're doing.
This is the rough shit.
I still
Yeah.
think I'm picking it. I'll bleed from my ass rather than my lips. That's just
Wow.
look.
Why-
Think of the disfigurement, man. Think of the. Oh,
Think of the
Lord,
next
man.
practice with the band.
But yeah, how are we supposed to enjoy our band duties
Anything.
with a gross butthole?
It's true. That is
That's
something to
what-
think about.
Band duties, for the record, are where we all sit in a like circle of toilets and hold hands and talk.
It's like a circle jerk ish kind of
That's
deal.
a perfect
right?
circle.
That is a perfect circle in a way.
That's what
Yeah.
they call it.
Yeah. That's what they call it in my parts. All right. You want to give them the shit?
Yeah. So would you rather eat shit that tastes like ice cream,
I'm in
Or-
100% already.
but it's shit? Or would you rather eat ice cream that tastes like shit, but is actually ice cream?
Is it just like for us, but everyone else is like, that's shit?
I don't know. I'm assuming other people would be like, "Hey, that's poop." Somebody,
It's
somebody
delicious. It's so good.
I don't know,
You
man.
guys just don't understand.
I've
Somebody
eaten
has-
Arby's, so like I'm gonna eat the ice cream flavored shit. I've eaten Arby's, like fuck it.
Now we're shooting down Arby's. I'm not going to get a sponsor from anybody.
God, they have the meats.
They
Throw
do
some-
have
They do
the
have the
meats.
meats.
Can
Yeah.
we throw some horsey sauce on it? Then it's fine.
Sure.
You know?
They have the
Yeah.
meats and they give you the shit.
Ice cream that tastes like the meats, or the meats that
Yeah.
taste.
I will take the ice cream flavored shit all day long.
Yeah, nobody wants to
Yeah.
taste shit. I mean,
Yeah, no.
Here,
I
you want some?
haven't, and I don't want to.
You want some ice cream? No, please no.
Should we ask them about dicks and then wrap this thing up? What do you
Yeah.
think? All right, you guys aren't ready for this one, are you?
I'm a big
Always
fan.
ready. Bored.
Welcome
big
to
fan of what?
casting couch.
Yeah. This is the true offstage segment question. Would you rather have dicks for fingers, or never be able to taste anything ever again?
Oh my god, that is. I thought it was going to be like even
Yeah.
trade. Like,
But- I mean, this is not an even trade at all. This is you got to pick one.
Wait, important question about this.
I
Important-
know. There are several.
No. I did follow up. So, like, are the finger dicks the size of my current fingers, or am I talking
I don't
like I've got fucking
I don't
danglers?
know.
I mean, I'm
You got
not.
some veiny
I'm not
shit
there.
going on.
I'm not
It
there
makes-
to
It,
thoroughly
it
check
makes
them out.
every meal finger licking good.
You'll never eat
Fingers-
KFC the same.
Do they serve any other function, or are they
What?
just fingers? Like,
Okay,
Watch
here's
out for
okay.
those hot
Got 'em,
Cheetos.
Just to quell, I think it was the word, quell your suspicion. I don't know. Okay, so do you eat Cheetos? I'm sure you do. Everybody eats Cheetos. I don't
Yeah.
like them. Okay, now you eat enough of them, you get caked on with the orange goodness, right? The cheese.
Yeah.
You lick that off.
the Fremunda cheese?
Your fingers become aroused, and
Oh, so they function like they're not.
I would assume so.
Are there
in
still
that sense,
bones,
yes. In that
or,
sense,
like, do we
In
have
that sense.
bones in there? Are there joints?
boners.
Or
I
is
think
it
they're called
just-
boners. But yeah.
Are
Boners,
you just
yeah.
like
What did you say about the wrestling thing on the I episode? What were you, or was that Mark? What were you talking about? You and the guy the wasn't it the wrestler or something? Oh, come
What
on.
did he do? John
Yeah.
Cena.
Yeah, John Cena.
Yeah.
Dude, this is just flopping over.
Yeah.
There's so many.
Unless he eats Cheetos, then they're not flopping around. They're just really hard. That would
so
hurt.
many qualifying questions. Like
There
I'm
is,
just
yeah.
so worried. I think the biggest question here is if you pick the dicks for fingers, I would be worried about high fives for the rest of my life.
Or just anything.
Wear a condom.
That's true. Yeah, you want to
sell
Those
those?
are, it's just called gloves.
Yeah, wear a
You definitely wanna
no
protect
glove, no love.
yeah. All right.
Oh my god!
You don't have to answer that one if you don't want to. If you want to, you can. I mean, I'm not going to cut you off.
What was the? I don't even remember the other option. I'm too.
You
focused.
can't
I don't
taste
have to taste
anything,
anything
for the rest
ever
of your
again.
life.
Yeah. So, what do you got?
Uh,
I got to hear Corey's answer now because he's really thinking on this. You know.
Yeah.
I
He's
feel
thinking
like
hard.
out of curiosity's sake, I got to pick the dick for fingers. I got to. Do we have knuckles? Like,
Sure. Why not?
Are there?
We do
both?
now.
Or is it one of those? You try to grab something and it's just you can't until
Corey's answer is
they
just purely
become
scientific at this point.
functional.
Has to be. Yeah. You have to really think about this. You know?
They've got to become rigid enough to be able to do things with.
They
Like,
do. Yes. Mhm.
Alice,
I'm
Steven.
listening.
Callous as a bass player, 100% dick fingers.
Can you see Corey up there with his floppy dick fingers trying to play the bass?
Slap bass.
It would sound
would
like
be
Oh, you would rule at that, and be like famous, you know,
it would
on
sound like
TikTok.
corn bass.
Yeah.
No one would question my skills ever again.
Two serious questions, and then we'll wrap. I have to ask these questions.
Oh, Steven's not even going to give an answer for this?
I'll give the answer. I think I'm
like
just
the dick.
also gonna just because I can't not live without food. I'm gonna have to go with the finger dicks. Just
He loves
that-
the
that's
dicks. Loves the dicks.
Yep.
Big fan.
All right. Would you rather know exactly when you will die or how?
I'm going to pick when.
Yeah. Also, when
I like to know why.
So if you know how you're going to die, like if you're going to get hit by a car, how many times do you run into a car?
How many times the cars run into you though? 'Cause that's usually
That's
what
exactly that's the problem. If you're gonna get hit by a car in 30 years, every time you go by a car or by a street, you're gonna be worried you're gonna get hit. I'd rather not care about how it happens, but know when it happens so that I'm not worried about whatever event is the how.
yeah, same answer. Honestly, like if I know when, you would spend every day like it's like like okay, cool, I'm gonna die in 30 years. Like every moment of your life up to then will just be filled with
Better
Yeah.
get my affairs in order.
Plus, at that
Yeah.
point, you're invincible, right?
right. Oh yeah, he's
Well, only if you're invisible and have dicks for fingers. You know.
They
But
stack.
the dicks aren't invisible.
I die in
That's
20
right.
I
Just
die in
float
20
around.
years.
Floating, you're floating around.
Floating dick. Hey, Mom, guess what I learned today?
You're gonna die in 25 years. All right. Well, I can't.
All right, I'm not going to do the other
Kurt
one.
Cobain.
We'll wrap with that. You guys have done enough. You know, I don't want to put you through the torture. But yeah, that was good. That was good.
Thanks, man.
How about a round of applause? Okay. Cheesy, I know. Guys, thanks so much for being on. It's been a eventful show for sure. A lot of
you.
it's not you, it's me situations, but I did record the other situation, and I will go through that and edit the parts out that need to be edited out that weren't anything to do with the
In the
conversation.
words of Julie, fuck it, we ball.
You guys rock
Fuck
for
it, we
sure.
ball indeed.
Best of luck with new reality. I know you something will happen with this. It's good shit. It really is. You're dipping your toes in all of these different areas of I guess genres, but not so many that it's confusing. You're trying different things, and I mean I haven't even heard the rest of it, you know, and that's I'm looking forward to hearing the rest of it. And yeah, come back to the show. Bring the other guys with you. Come back when at a
Absolutely.
time when the rest of the guys can be on. And Mark will ask them the shit question, and I will ask them the dicks question. We will get their point of view on that. And
There are so
And
many
I hope-
questions we
I
need.
hope
answered.
it doesn't break the band up.
No,
that's not our aim. That's never our aim.
no.
What-
but thank you
I'll
guys.
always-
That one guy's like, I quit, you guys with your dick fingers.
Yeah.
If you could see the band chat, oh man.
Oh, we want to
No
see
band
it.
chat should ever
I will
be
post
public.
it.
No.
Always give the band 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever they need at the end of the show to tell everybody where they can find your stuff. I know it's not out yet, but socials, website, all that stuff, I will mute my microphone and let you, whoever wants to take it.
Yeah, all right. So you can find us just New Reality on Instagram. We are New Reality Band, and just search those up. If you have us on our personal socials, they're all kind of interconnected. Our song Disappear will be out June 6th, streaming everywhere, with a music video debuting June 5th at 8 p.m. Come hang out with us. We'd love to hear what everyone thinks, and we're really excited for you guys to hear what we have. And I guess because it's kind of been hinted at but never really said, I'll just say that after the first single, we have more singles on the way, and ultimately there will be a record available this year for everyone to hear. So stick around, stick with us.
My next question was going to be, do you anticipate when the entire album would be out? But I guess it's kind of, that's tough.
It's almost entirely written. It's all
Yes.
it's all in the plan.
Yes,
So-
I can't give any ideas for dates right now. We have a timeline. Everything's looking good for it, but we're just keeping low to the ground with that right now.
We promise it is coming. We'll have a few singles, full length album before the end of the year.
Yep.
Well, thanks so much for being on. It's been a pleasure talking to you guys, hanging out. We'll have to do it again. And we don't have to go through Julie every time. Hit me up. Just hit me up. I'm always on Instagram doing something stupid. So, you know.
I feel that.
Yeah, it's good meeting you guys.
Yeah, nice to meet you too.
Thanks, Mark, for doing it again. I have somebody in the works. I don't want to say a name yet, but it is, I guess, I don't know what's the label mates or your mates under
Our management group. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't want to say who it is yet because it's not scheduled, but I usually change the board, but I'm going to leave New Reality up there for my band members to see. Who's that? Oh, that's a band I had on. You should check out their stuff, but you can't until next week. I have it. Can't hear it. But yeah, June the 5th, you said, right? June the 5th?
June 5th for the music video. We're doing like a little premiere on YouTube. You can come watch us in our live chat, or I won't be there. I will sadly be unavailable. But,
Well, then I'm not going. I'm not going.
Well, everybody else will be there. Everyone else
It's
will
your
be there.
band.
It is. Mark gets it.
I get to watch from the shadows.
It sounds like you need to reschedule it then, because if you can't be there,
No. It's just a work thing, but
well, they can.
Friday.
You don't have to work. You're a rock star now.
God, I wish.
It'll come.
Yeah, no, and then June 6th, it will be available to stream everywhere starting at midnight, and I really hope to see everyone download it and tell us what you think.
I
Seriously,
already have it. I don't have to
hold back.
download it. I already have it.
You son of a bitch. You give us our stream. Spotify pays our bills.
I will get it. I will get
it.
it. I will get it for sure. No, I have a great summer coming up. I want to point this out. July 27th will mark 5 years of this, whatever this is, of this show. It's crazy. You guys are the 343rd guest. It's just nuts. Where this show's gone. I'm doing a live concert for people that live around here on August the 2nd down at Jacoby's in Clarksburg, the town I grew up in. Right down the road, and there's going to be 6 bands, including my band's going to play as well if we can find a drummer. So I might have.
Or just hire your buddy who can hold 4 on the floor, and it's fine.
Yeah. We'll think of something, but we have confirmed we have Reign of Z from Pittsburgh.
Reign of Z. I've played with them. They're super sick.
Those are my buds. I knew that
yeah.
before I even did the show. Before I
Yeah,
even did it.
Aisha, fuck.
They will be. Yes, awesome. I will tell them. They will be playing Dream the Heavy, also from Pittsburgh. Amplifiers, also from Pittsburgh. From Nashville, the very first guest that was on this show on July 27th of 2020, my buddy Dale J. Gordon, that we graduated high school together. He grew up around here, but he lives in Nashville now. He's an actor. He's a singer-songwriter. He will be coming up and playing. Let's see, Harmon, my buddy Harmon, he hasn't been on the show as a co-host for a long time, but he came on as a guest, similar to Mark, just in that capacity. And we've become very good friends, and his band will be playing their very first show on August 2nd at the celebration. They're called The Hated. And let's see who else. Deviant Cause, which is my band, will be playing. And Bo McMillian, that's been a big part of this show. He's also playing. He's a one-man band kind of thing. He gets something going on the bass, and then he gets the boombox going on with his mouth, and everything's looping, and it's terrific. He'll be playing also. So it's gonna be a fun night if you're around this area, even if you're not, freaking fly over here, and it's gonna be a banger. I'm gonna try to do this every year. I've always wanted to do a festival, and a festival is a big deal, trying to put together. But if I could do something like this for like every summer, that would be, and just get different bands to come and play. Have you guys down? It'd be awesome. Something I can plan a little bit more ahead of time, than I am this year. But I figured I'd do something special for the 5-year thing, so we're gonna party a little bit. And on the date, July 27th at 8 p.m., I'm going to this will be the second time I've done this. I'm going to have 2 bands on at the same time that have previously been on the show, and I call it the 2-band banger. And it was very successful the first time. And I'm going to have Arcwave from Fort Collins, Colorado, and Public Figure from Omaha, Nebraska at the same time. They don't know each other, but they're doing. And I'm not taking away from anybody else that has been on the show, but they're doing the way they're going about their music is they're doing it the right way, in my opinion. They're active on socials. They're playing shows. Like they're just trying to do it. They're trying to do the damn thing like we all are, I guess. When it comes to music, they're really. So I think it'll be an interesting conversation to have have the 2 bands on together to talk about that. What are they doing? Maybe they can learn something from each other, or whoever's watching can learn something from them. I'm just trying to do a podcast, But I wanted to do something a little bit special. This is a 5-year thing. I usually just have a big Zoom thing with previous guests, and the whole screen's filled up with people, and we just talk about whatever. But I wanted to do something a little bit special for this one, and kind of showcase those two bands and kind of what they're doing. They're doing a really good job, and it's cool to see that. And I know you guys are going to do the same thing. You guys are doing it. You're trying. It's a struggle because there's how many bands in the world? Like billions? I don't know.
Oh, sure.
So many, and everybody's trying to get to the same spot. But I don't think it's as tough as it, I guess, used to be. With the Billboard chart and the radio plays, it's not about that anymore. You can grab a crap ton of followers and listeners and stuff online that. I can't remember the last time I watched TV or even listened to the radio. I could care less about what's on there. I get all my stuff online. And I think that's what the majority of people do. And there's not a lot of money in it, but there can be. I mean, we can probably talk all day about that. That's just. But it is what it is, I guess. But best of luck to you guys. You guys are getting. You'll get there. You'll get there.
Well, thank you. We're doing the damn thing.
We are.
Please keep it up. Keep it up.
Thank you.
Even if Steven likes dicks on his fingers or as fingers or whatever, it's fine.
Hey, man.
Just let him live his life. It's a great singer. Just keep singing. We don't care what your fingers look like. You're a great singer.
Next time we see him, he's going to be like, I have a hand of dicks and a bloody asshole.
And then we go.
I'll make sure to come back at that.
Yes. We clap for him. Clap for him. Don't make fun of Steven. I love Steven.
No.
Love you too, man. Thank you.
Guys.
Thank you for having us.
Again.
We appreciate it.
For sure. Yeah, come back.
Fun,
come back.
guys.
Let's do it again. Let's do it again soon.
We'd love to.
Playing this out of the show is a band that I just found, but I found them through a separate piece that I had on recently. They're a really good band, also very talented. This band's called Vexen, and the song's called Pink. I guess let's see. I don't know who's coming up next. I kind of have an idea who might be. Your mates, label mates, whatever. Could possibly be them, but I talk to a lot of people all the time, so who knows? But I'm going to leave New Reality up there so everybody can see it for a long time. So I will see you guys next week, maybe, or tomorrow. I don't know when we're going to schedule, but that's when I'll be back. But thank you guys again for being on. It's been a pleasure. If you have like 5 minutes, I know I've taken up a lot of your time, but I'll give you a formal goodbye when I quit the live stream here in a second.
No problem.
Of course.
Here's Vexen with Pink. We'll see you.